Hi everybody, this is Nico Nee, and I, after long, I have decided to use this channel to spread awareness about true crime and animal rescue studies and handcraft like I'm knitting right now. And so today, this is the first video of my channel that I have started. Is It's a very true crime, uh, you know, true crime story that I will be, you know, sharing with you guys. So, before starting, let me introduce myself. Hi, I am Nico Nee. I am a very young and a very new, YouTube creator, and I am not looking for, followers or subscribers, but I am looking for some friends. I can I can make along the way in my journey, and this YouTube and everything, it's like a diary, so that later on when I you know pass away, uh, my the other generation, the newer generation, and especially my children, they can look at this and they can reminiscent that this is what my mother was. So it's more like a diary to me. So without any further ado, let's start this story. This story is about Jeffrey Dahmer. You know, he was the serial killer who killed around 17 people. Okay, so before starting the story, I want to give a disclaimer. It is that anything that I mention, any fact that I mention in this story, is the fact that I got from my research. It may be that the research, the fact that sometimes it may be wrong, so no decisions or no action should be taken relying on my video. All the opinions in this story are mine and mine alone, and this does not reflect any culture or any person. So, after this disclaimer, let's start. So, Jeffrey Dahmer, he's also called, the Milwaukee Killer and Milwaukee Monster. So, what is this? Who was he? So, he was born in May, I guess, I don't know, May 21, 1960, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, in USA, so United States. And from very young age, he was a very, awkward kid, and he didn't have any friends. So he would fake seizures, doing the Dahmer. That's what they called back in their school, doing the Dahmer. Uh, in order to at least have some friends. But it was a very, you know, in home also, his mother and father were fighting all day, and he was from that kind of household. I'm not saying that these kind of household people turn into a serial killer, but there are a lot of factors in play when it comes to a serial killer, right? I do not know. So what happened was that his father, in order to bond with this Jeffrey Dahmer, he started taking him out his father started taking him out to drives, and in on the along the way they would find some roadkill, and they used to dissect it and bleach the bones together, and that's how they used to bond. Okay, cut out to when he was 14. So slowly and slowly, Jeffrey Dahmer could understand his sexuality, and he found out that he was gay. Now the thing is, now it's not a problem, but back in 1960s, it was a very big problem, and it was a social taboo. 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 It was a social taboo for people to be gay, and Jeffrey suffered a lot from there. So now what happened was that his at the age of 14, Jeffrey started drinking, and uh, he used to arrive to classes drunk, and he used to be a very uh, you know he was a very, like, what can I say, you, even if you say something to him, he will not change, that kind of guy. And at the age of 17, his parents got divorced. After divorcing, his mother moved out with his younger sibling. So he had a smaller brother. So his mother took the smaller brother and left the home. And his father, he he left home with his stepmother, Jeffrey Dahmer's stepmother. And at the age of 17, Jeffrey was left alone at home, and without any friends, without anywhere to go. Jeffrey became frustrated, and slowly he started having fantasies of killing a jogger who he used to find very attractive, and who used to jog along the lines of his home. So Jeffrey Dahmer's first kill came when there was a hitchhiker, and he was hitchhiking his way to a concert. The hitchhiker asked for the help, and Jeffrey Dahmer said that he will be going to the same concert. It was a lie. Jeffrey Dahmer asked him, "Come, let's go in my home. Let's have some beer, and let's, chill, and we will be out, and I will take you to the concert." So after around 2 years, when the guy is seeing that the Jeffrey Dahmer is not going, he's not, you know he's not in the mood of going, they started fighting. Now in the heat of the moment, Jeffrey killed that man. He was very scared. Jeffrey was very scared, and he disposed of the body. I'm keeping this video very short. Later on, his father came home, and he saw that Jeffrey was there. He was drunk, and he was sent off to college, in which he again failed classes. And then his father sent him off to military, where in military even he started abusing drugs. He started abusing drugs. He started making people unconscious, and abusing them. So he was again kicked out of the military. So after that, his father got very what can I say, very frustrated with Jeffrey, and he was sent to his grandmother's house in to live with her. Even in his her grandmother's house, he started going to the gay bars, the bathhouses and stuff. He used to go there, and he started killing there. And he used to dissect the bodies in his grandmother's what can I say, basement. And he kept one you know head. He kept one head um, in a box, in his room. So that's how that's what he was. He used to unalive people. After that, you know Jeffrey Dahmer, he moved out of his grandmother's home, and he started living in the infamous room 2 through 213 213, where he unalived many black men. It actually his he actually unalived many black men. Along with that, he also made He'd also tried to make a zombie out of, by pouring acid. So that was there. And this is just a discussion that I am having on the case, okay? I'm not stating fact that much, and I want a very short video as my introductory video. And later on, Jeffrey Dahmer, after killing, uh, you know, uh, I don't know, around 17 people, 17, I think it's 17 people, and he ultimately he was caught. And in after he was caught, you know how it was caught, let me tell you. It was that he brought another guy home, in the pretext of, oh, you pose for me nude and I will give you some money. And he handcuffed him, and he, along with the other dead bodies, he was, sexually touching that guy. And later on, the guy, he escaped and he went to the police. A police car found him, and that guy took him back to Dahmer's. And the police, they were seeing the apartment that it was so smelly. And the police found some pictures, and that would be the downfall of Jeffrey Dahmer. The pictures were the downfall of Jeffrey Dahmer's. That those were real pictures. Now it was not that he could. It was not like generative AI, because back in those days it's not there. It was not there. So majority of the Jeffrey Dahmer's, um, what can I say? Majority of the Jeffrey Dahmer's victim, they were either Latinos, Asian, I guess, and Black Americans. They were from the poor background, and due to which, many people think that the police didn't act like they were supposed to act, because they were from the minorities community. And ultimately, when Jeffrey Dahmer was caught, he said a very infamous line, that is, for what I have done, I should be dead. Jeffrey Dahmer later on was, when his, uh, room was searched, it could be understood that he committed very gruesome crimes involving, you know, eating parts of other people, um, having intimate relations with unalived people, you know, and he was sentenced to 15 consecutive life terms. And Jeffrey Dahmer was later on murdered in the prison, and in prison he became a Catholic. So he started believing in God. He had a very big, what can I say? He had a very big fan following to him, and that's Jeffrey Dahmer. So I know the video here, it's a very amateur video that I did, and this is something that I don't know, even if this doesn't get any views, right? I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that. I just want, you know for, if anybody is interested later on in my life, at least they can have something that they can see. And it's more about, my kids, when they grow up, if I ever die. So if I ever die, you know to my kids, I love you. I love you a lot. To my family, I love you a lot. And that's all I had to say.